Hello, everyone, to another fun, exciting LC podcast, number 51. We got over that big number, and now it's back to business as usual. Today, I'm Peter. We got Jack and Jarrod here today. How's your morning going, guys?
It's going good.
On my screen
you pointed, yeah.
Okay, well, on my screen, which is what everyone sees, I got it right, so...
Okay, perfect.
I was just laughing because I was like, I am Jack. Please, I can't grow a beard as luscious as Jack's.
If you could,
mine will grow. Mine grow. Well, I've grown it out to like maybe a fraction of Jack's, and then I've shaved it back.
Yeah, and I don't have the sex appeal that Jarrod has.
I don't know, Jack.
See, we all have our strengths.
We certainly do.
What's yours?
I got a whole bunch. You can take one.
Tech support.
Yeah, there you go.
Tech support. Now it's like cardigan.
Yeah.
It gets Peter all the ladies.
Oh
man.
Yeah, it's blowing my mind that 51, because we just did the big guy last weekend. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
But yeah, it's strange that we just keep on rolling through, and God, we're gonna be at 100 in no time.
These are nice ones because it just lets us like chat. It's like a step away from everything.
Do you guys remember when the first podcast was? Like when that was?
All I know is it's our most successful podcast in the world.
Yeah, I remember doing it. I think.
With that in mind, for those who missed our 50th podcast, it is going up at 11 today, so you guys can check it out if you missed it.
Nice.
Give it a watch.
Did you have to edit a lot of it?
I just left it. A lot of the podcasts I just leave raw because there's a lot of good stuff in it.
How long did
Matt,
it end up
and Matt has to deal with what he said. Matt has to live with what he has put into public.
Did you put
fair enough.
the one timestamp like we were joking about?
No, I haven't yet. I'm gonna go do that when it goes live.
Nice.
We were gonna put the one timestamp was gonna be Matt's talking about the sniffing farts through the walkie-talkie thing.
That's the only thing we'll point people to in the whole 3.5 hours.
I just like there's a lot of shit that we say as a group in videos and recording streams, doesn't matter. And that single statement broke every single one of us when Matt said it. Like not a single one of us was able to look up and be proud of what was just said.
It was super effective on all types.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was so funny.
That was like in Worms the other day when I used the Armageddon. That was the Armageddon of comments.
It really
Matt
was.
Said. Yeah.
I'm so sad that I couldn't join you guys to play that one because I was really looking forward to Worms. I didn't understand it. I looked it up and apparently it's just something like it'll occasionally happen to random people. I even messaged the developers because they have like their forums there that you can go in for support. And even they said they're like, we don't really know why it does with certain networks, but it does. I was like, that's nice. Thank you for your your help.
We don't know. We'll try again later.
It's like they gave you the thoughts and prayers of like tech support. Like we don't know what's happening, but our thoughts are with you during this difficult time.
Yeah, because I even when I was like, okay, maybe Warzone was just a fluke and it just happened to work and it was like the only game that was working. I went through and tested like 7 other games online and they all worked. So it was something about that game that was just not working. And I mean, they did recommend I uninstall the game, reinstall it, which I did before. They're like, turn off your system, unplug the Ethernet cable, do all that stuff just to see if it's something needs a reset. Did all that, did the hard reboot, still didn't fucking do anything. So I was just like, well, I guess I don't get to play Worms with my friends.
We finally found the kryptonite for Jarrod's 31st century internet. We're going to have robotic hearts in flying cars before Jarrod's able to play Worms WMD with his friends.
I had such a good group, too. I did the 7 deadly sins of Jerry's.
Nice.
I was so mad. I picked some time to make those, and I was like, this is going to be great.
That would have been funny.
I remember because you struggled with naming the team.
Yeah.
I thought I had like, yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jarrod.
I was gonna say it was funny when I was trying to name them name the team because it was taking it as an inappropriate statement when I put Jerry's, and it also took it as an inappropriate statement when I put the 7 deadly sins. So I had to find a way to make it work so that it would allow me to have the title. Because Peter sat there for like 5 minutes with me as I was struggling trying to title my team.
Yeah, you're like, why isn't this working? I was like,
Yeah.
Why would the game look at the word Jerry and be like, that's inappropriate? We can't.
I don't know. The only thing I could think of was something related to like Nazi Germany or something like that.
Oh, the Jerrys, yeah.
Yeah.
Fight the Jerrys. I guess that kind of makes sense.
That's the only relation I could make to it being inappropriate or in that context.
That's strange. Yeah, I thought I had some pretty good names, but man, the fact that Graydon just used all of our names, then Peter just found a bunch of random Italian names was pretty good.
I was enjoying it. I watched a good chunk of the stream after I went off, and it was a good time. It was funny.
Mm-hmm. Good.
These Friday streams.
Well, yeah.
I always seem to get wrecked during them. Golf with
we've been playing some great games in these Friday streams. Like excellent top-rated games.
Yeah.
I definitely look forward to them. They're super fun.
Mm-hmm. I like the Friday streams a lot. I think Graydon and I both miss being able to, do our couch co-op thing, but I think this is a good sub-in, for while we wait. So I've been enjoying them when I can make it to them.
I mean, we're getting to that point, right? They're slow. Things are opening up more and more, and then pretty soon we'll be able to actually do that. I mean, for the most part, to be quite honest, I'm not really worried about any of the 7 of us because I mean, Matt's out in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'm the COVID person at the shop right now, going around enforcing stuff. So I'm pretty much Mr. Safety Man on the job site.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, you guys have your stuff that you have to follow, and then Peter, you're at home. Eric's at home.
Yeah, so
Graydon works in a abandoned airport now. So
yeah. Graydon's work is probably more abandoned than that warehouse you found the one dishwasher in, Peter, or washing machine, or whatever it was.
You got it right the first time.
It was dishwasher. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I feel like in the next stage we could probably start doing a few more things in person.
Definitely. Yeah. I know at work we've been pretty good about it. We just have hand sanitizer out the butt. My boss yesterday pulled out a 20-gallon bucket of hand sanitizer to refill stuff. I was like, where did you buy a 20-gallon bucket of hand sanitizer? We just have this lying around.
Serious bucket.
We have so many. Like a lot of the nice thing about being a mechanic is because we have to clean all the tools and we share stuff and all that. They have to use brake clean because brake clean kills everything. Like you fucking put it on your hands and it'll suck everything out of it. But it's good for cleaning tools and shit because it breaks through the grease. Our biggest issue when we were originally looking at it is brake clean doesn't directly say it can kill viral components. So we couldn't just assume, okay, you know what, brake clean kills everything else, it must kill viruses. I kind of guessed it did, but I had to do some research with some of my friends at AHS, and then they told me it did. So it was just nice because then we didn't have to clean the tools and then sanitize them. We could clean as we sanitize them, or sanitize as we clean them. Sorry.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But
in gaming news.
In gaming news, let's hear
gaming news.
Lay down the gaming news.
They a few of the companies have announced their E3 2020 replacement events that are coming through, because I know a lot of them are, even though E3's canceled, which I'm a little surprised E3 honestly didn't try to coordinate an online version of their show, considering how they would have had everything kind of scheduled already. I think they could have made it work.
I don't think they had the time to build something like that. I think that would have been a rush job. Fair
enough.
I don't know about developing anything, but that's my.
Well, I would have just seen them as overseeing it. I wouldn't necessarily seen them as running it, but overseeing dates and kind of making it so they organized it so you could go through them to see when everything's happening.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I'm a little surprised they didn't take the step up on that one, but a lot of companies are starting to do their own thing. PS5 has their thing on Thursday, and then you got there's a few there's the Guerrilla Collective live on, which I don't really know who that is. On June 6th. And then
that old thing?
Guerrilla Collective.
You put enough monkeys in a room with a typewriter, eventually they'll reach.
Oh yeah.
They put
Yeah.
a bunch of gorillas in a room with C++, and eventually they'll have a great video game, hopefully.
Huge
They-
indie game showcase. Oh my!
Oh, you didn't know about it?
I
And
mean,
you call yourself an
Yeah, I knew.
you call
about
yourself
it.
an indie gamer.
I knew about. Yeah, I'm totally in tune with the indie world.
They also have the PC gaming show, which should be pretty cool because I think they're going to be announcing a lot of big titles through that one. And I'm sure a lot of the titles they announced at the PC gaming show are going to be multi-platform as well, so you'll see it kind of cross-compatible over there. And then you have the Steam Summer Game Festival, June 9th through June 14th. I don't know if Steam's just doing what I said E3 should do, or they're just hosting a bunch of smaller companies, or
That's what it sounds
what's
like.
going on there. EA is doing theirs on June 11th, so there's a lot in June. So a lot of them right around where E3 would be kind of coming into action, right? So they were pretty much ready for it. New Game Plus Expo on June 23rd. So I'm curious if that's just like new companies or if that's
This is an overwhelming. This is more than I anticipated.
Yeah, and then they have Bit Summit Gaiden, which I don't know what the fuck that. I'm assuming that's like 8-bit gaming or bit gaming or some fucking thing like that. June 27th to 28th.
Where's this article, Jerry? I wouldn't mind reading along with you.
Here, I'll send it in the main chat, the private chat here. Just the. And then even going down, like you have Tenacon July 11th, and then Ubisoft Forward on July 12th, and that's all the ones that are announced so far. I'm sure there's more that there will be. I mean, Xbox has to do theirs sometime, and they haven't shown when they're doing it.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's already June, and like all this is happening.
I was talking this morning to my mom about that. I was like, yeah, it's time just seems to be flying. Like even though everything's slowed down, time still goes like no one's business in the day. So it's crazy how late we're almost the longest day of the year, and it felt like we just got past the shortest day of the year in December there.
Yeah. Tell me about it. We've been living through the weirdest time in recent memory. So
yeah,
it's not surprising, but yeah, we're definitely living through a chapter in a social studies textbook right now.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
So you remember reading through like the 1980s and Reagan when you did social studies? Then your parents lived through that and they never had to study it, but we did. Yeah, our kids are going to have to learn about Harambe and all the protests and
the meme
COVID-19.
textbook.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing to say, but it is kind of a somewhat important way for people to take a look at what our culture was doing at this time.
It's true. It's how we're communicating.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when you guys said that Jeff Keighley was doing his thing, because it talks about in here. It says it's running from May to August. So is he hosting all of these? Like, that seems like it's incorrect.
I don't know about that.
I think all the things you were talking about are separate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I thought before E3 was canceled, Jeff Keighley was taking a step back or said he wasn't going to be part E3 this year. Isn't that? I thought
that sounds very
tweeted
familiar.
about that. Yeah, I thought around maybe a little time after the Game Awards this year, he was like, "Yeah, I'm just not really feeling E3 anymore."
After news preview, they GameSpot's doing one as well. They're hosting a period like a show. I feel like now it's almost going to be oversaturated. Like there's going to be so many different shows. It says here that Jeff Keighley's hosting multiple digital gaming events throughout that time period. That's what I just finished reading.
Okay.
So he is hosting a lot of them, but he's hosting them at different times for different people.
You know,
and it's not necessarily these ones that he's hosting. It just happens to be the list they have.
I think that brings up a good point because I think Jeff said he was kind of done with E3 when a lot of people were starting to show frustration with how E3 was handled and how in previous years it hasn't been really lived up to the hype, I guess, and hasn't been as good as it could have been in some people's eyes. It makes me wonder if this whole situation and maybe having the separate entities, the separate shows just streamed live, if that will somehow make it better, like create more competition in the marketplace and make us realize maybe we don't need E3
Well,
in a lot
maybe
of ways.
because isn't that what PlayStation's done for a while now? They've just done their own thing rather than going to E3.
They've only done for
Not
1
sure.
year. They
1
they
year?
missed out on 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't, if I recall correctly when I was looking at that, because I remember reading about that, and I watched their show as well because it's interesting to see what's going on in their world. I don't think it created much of a difference, but that's only one company separating, right? Like if a whole bunch of companies separate, then I agree with you, Jack. I think the competition will increase quite a bit.
Mhm.
But if E3 takes it, like, I mean, this could outright, the fact that E3 just didn't do it this year could outright have killed them realistically. Like if they just decided they were not even going to help host anything, we're just done
Yeah.
for the year, and we'll come back next year. I think they're going to have a hard time getting people unless they make it so financially, so much better financially for those companies that do come instead of hosting their own show. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Because I'm sure even doing like an individual host like that, there's got to be quite a bit of money that goes into being able to do that. So I
Definitely.
feel like if they can make it so that it's less expensive for the company to actually pay them to do it instead of trying to set it up themselves and get everything going, then maybe they'll be better. Or maybe E3 will turn more into kind of what that Guerrilla Collective is, where it's a bunch of smaller companies that just don't have the capability to host their own show like that.
Mhm. And yeah, I mean, one thing that makes me think of that is that when you think of trade shows, E3 is obviously the one that we all know of, but other industries have, big trade shows that they do
Oh, yeah.
yearly. Like, just giving an example, one that I follow a little bit at the beginning of every year is called NAMM. It's North American Music Market or something like that. But anyway, it's, all the different, music manufacturers put on a trade show where, they show all their products for the upcoming year, all the new prototypes or whatever. And
Yeah.
that's kind of how we've always looked at E3 in a similar light. But, that's selling something physical, whereas video games are so digital now. Like
Yeah.
who really feels like they need to be, at an actual convention center. I mean, it's cool to interact, with companies, especially since some small indie companies do go to E3. So I'm sure it'll never completely go away, but it makes you wonder if something like that, a big full-on trade show is something that is even necessary for companies like these guys nowadays.
Well, you
Like
have other big ones, right? Like CES, which is the Canadian Electronics Expo, that does a bunch of big, like there's a bunch of big companies that go to them, especially game companies. They don't do a lot of reveals, but they do a lot of like tech demos there and stuff like that for new consoles. New VR stuff is big there last year, anyways. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with it. Like how to go about that, because once you've shown someone they can do it on their own, they just don't want to go to
through
you
that,
for
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Well,
it's like
it's-
it just kind of makes it kind of pointless for them to go through a third party company to show their shit if they can do it on their
Definitely.
own quite easily.
And you got to imagine that the big guys are spending millions of dollars putting their, E3 performances together, the Microsoft and Sony's and the Ubisofts and the EAs of the world. It's probably $1 million investment getting all of their stuff together or more.
Yeah.
And getting it ready for, people to watch. And then the smaller guys are probably spending, thousands of dollars being there at the show and, putting their stuff on expo. So maybe yeah.
I was just gonna say, and I mean, on that note too, it's like they also don't get to customize it as much to them, because you're restricted to the venue that E3 chooses, right?
Yeah.
So whatever they choose, you're like, okay, we got to tailor our show around this stage or around this kind of setup. Whereas if you're hosting your own, you can fully customize it to the way you want it to be. Like if Xbox decided when they announced the next racing game, they wanted a fucking $8 million sports car to rise out of the stage on the other side or something, it's like they can't really do that in their thing. Obviously, I doubt they'd ever do that because that's such a pointless investment to do, but just an example of like trying to customize the experience a bit.
Didn't Microsoft have a car on stage for like a
I think
Forza?
I'm pretty sure they did.
They
I think that's what I remember.
I remember being like, why is there a car on stage?
I imagine someone customizing their show would be like in Iron Man 2 when Hammer Industries is doing their thing. He's like the Marines, and then they come up, and then he's like that, they come up. You have fucking Microsoft gets up there like you have this controller. It comes up the Xbox One X or Series X.
Wow, all the way in 2015 they had the car.
Wow.
They had it lowered from the roof. That's some
Well, they couldn't raise it from the floor because they couldn't customize the floor. What a reveal that would have been.
But I mean, yeah, look at Nintendo and the Nintendo Directs. Like, that's got to be so much easier and cheaper to do than like a full E3 showcase, and like can do them when they want. And people love the Graydon's here.
Oh my
What?
god!
Yeah. People love the Nintendo Direct.
He said he wasn't coming. Get out of here.
Get out
of
here.
Coming.
Someone get the fly swatter.
Is he just here to listen? What's going on?
No, he's coming.
Sounds like there's elevator music in the background.
Yeah, he's in the.
I had my Bluetooth speaker connected.
Gotcha.
I see.
I had a little bit of time. I'm at work here. I had a little bit of time, so I checked into the podcast. It's a pretty bleak, like little empty podcast. We usually have a couple more people than this, don't we?
It's a little less bleak now that you're here. Slightly.
Yeah. There's some light in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You were telling me to leave. Fly swat.
It's a fly swatter of love.
Yeah.
No,
I just wanted to, I know your kinks.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like that meme, but it's Jarrod hitting Graydon with a fly swatter. Bam. Go to horny jail.
Go to horny jail.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh. We got one of Graydon's coworkers on the podcast now.
Special guest.
I'll turn it down.
Your connection is horrible.
All right. Well, it was nice talking to you guys. If I can't keep it, I'm gonna take off. But I'll be watching.
Sounds good, buddy.
Sounds good. See ya.
Talk to you soon. Peter, what did you just send to the chat?
You can just take a look for yourself.
Is it podcast important? Is it going to?
It could be if you want it to be.
I saw the word penetration, so I don't know if
you guys remember, but last week on the 50th podcast, there was a good discussion about fanfics, and we were told we were going to get fanfics sent to us in a week. It's been a week.
So who wrote this one?
It's about Eric and Peter.
This is from Beam Corp or Airmaster.
I see.
It's
I'm not going to read it. I mean, it's not really a chapter. It's like a few sentences.
If you develop it into something more, who knows?
I will not be doing that.
It could be a funny video potentially. Not a stream. My God, not a stream. But
developing the fanfic. You want me?
I don't want you writing it.
You want us? We did. We could just put it on something like P-Hub or something.
Yeah, that's exactly it. If the people want it, it's definitely not safe for life. We
will not be reading that on stream because.
Come on, guys. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, it's all good.
I do appreciate that. I'm well endowed in that universe.
Sounds like you both are.
That's all I want.
It sounds like Beatmaster gave Eric premature ejaculation though. There was like no build up at all. It's just like it's just out there.
0 to 100.
Which I don't know. You could have like spent a few more sentences maybe developing Eric's sexual prowess, but no. Poor Eric is just one and done.
One and done.
Disappointing. Disappointing.
I'm gonna reel us kind of back into a similar topic.
Please do.
I'm curious what you guys think. What's a game like? What's a company you're hoping does one of those mini shows that you'd like to see something new from? Is there anything that you guys been hoping for, or any companies you're hoping to see something again from?
You
that
guys said that
played in the past?
Sony's doing something on Thursday. Is that what you guys said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
PS5 gameplay
Yeah.
reveal.
So here's the thing. I've been thinking about this a little bit, and when next gen comes around, if I do decide to spring for one of the consoles, I'm thinking I might go PlayStation this time around. I just don't see the value of Xbox anymore unless Microsoft really like turns the page. Like PlayStation just has all of these exclusives that I really care about, and I'm not really playing much online stuff anymore. And I haven't really been joining in Warzone or anything like that. When I game, I much prefer to do like the this single player stuff, and missing out on games like God of War and the Uncharted series and stuff of that caliber. This past console generation has kind of blown a lot, and I want to play games like that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold. Microsoft has to do something very special to reel me in. So I'd be interested to check out this one on Thursday.
So for me, I'm not I kind of switched what I play based on where everyone else is, because like I one of the biggest issues when I had PlayStation 3 was that I had no one to play with, and when there was games that I wanted to play with you guys, I couldn't play with you guys. So that's why I switched over to Xbox. I would have totally done, because I agree, I loved the exclusives that Sony had lined up for the PlayStation 4 when I had the PlayStation 3, because I loved God of War when I played the ones on PlayStation 3. I know it was different for the one that they did for PlayStation 4, like it's just a different kind of story, but I still was excited for it. The Last of Us looked sick when I saw it. I have a friend, my friend Trevor played a lot of it, like completion played it, and it was just he played it was so much fun. And I mean, Graydon said it's so much fun as well from what he's played. So I don't know. And they had the Spider-Man one, which that Spider-Man was kind of designed similar to what the old PlayStation 1 Spider-Mans were like, which was really cool, because those were so fun. Back in the day when I played those, was awesome. I think those were my favorite games on PlayStation, next to the old Resident Evil games when they were still a thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'll pretty much buy whatever console the majority of my friends buy, just because I don't really care too much. I'm more of a play games with my friends, because I don't really have a lot of time to play games, as I'm struggling to get through The Witcher again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll depend. Unless one of them really blows it out of the water, it's pretty much going to be based on what everyone else gets.
Or maybe I can just hedge my bets, and hopefully Graydon will be like my roommate or something like that, and I can just mooch off of him, and then I can just buy an Xbox and then play his PlayStation whenever I want. That way I'm saving money, and he's paying my mortgage.
Boom.
True. Yes.
There you go.
You might as well just take Graydon's PS4 that's here, that's not used.
Oh, I didn't realize it was still at LC House.
Yeah.
I have been really wanting to play God of War. Like, it just looks so good.
Graydon in the chat says, "Whoa, whoa,
whoa."
I need it back again to get past the first boss in Spider-Man at some point here.
Graydon, you knew what you signed up for.
Oh, Last of Us.
Exactly, Graydon. Last of Us. Yeah, and everyone wants to play it, so you're gonna have to wait your turn to play Last of Us 2.
It's not coming out on PS5 then.
They'll probably launch it. They'll probably launch it again on PS5.
Yeah, or PS5 will be completely backwards compatible. Would be.
I don't think they've announced that. I know Xbox has announced that they're complete, like every game. They're trying to make every game backwards compatible for Xbox.
This is one of my potential topics I had for today. Sony has come out and said they're not going to limit their PS5 games, so they're not going to make PS4 versions of next-gen titles. They want to develop them just for that new tech.
Okay.
Right.
So I don't know. That's interesting.
So there's two different routes there, right? Because like Xbox is doing their other way, where it's like you can buy a lot of the new games, and then you'll get a free upgrade to the new generation console version of that game if you have the Series X. Which here nor there, I think that's a better way to do it, because it can kind of screw them a little bit, because if Series X has a shit launch, you're going to see their sales just go down, right? Because it's like people are gonna wait to play those games, like buy the console until it's come down in price a little bit, right? Because those consoles always launch at absurd fucking prices every time they come with a next generation console. It's just stupid. Mm-hmm. So I mean, what was I remember what was the original? It was like the PlayStation 3 original PlayStation 3 price was fucking stupid.
Was
Let me
it?
see here. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was something absurd. All right.
Speaking of backwards compatibility, the chat says, "Did you know most computers are backwards compatible?"
Wow, who knew?
Yes.
They don't have to be backwards compatible. They just play the game.
Thank you, Jarrod. That was
welcome.
That was the
yeah,
joke.
I'm just responding to him. So the original PlayStation 3, its launch price was for the 60 gigabyte model was $599 American.
Yikes!
What?
Yikes!
That was the launch price for the PlayStation 3, original PlayStation 3. So that's what I mean. Like that was, and that's stupid amounts of money for.
What year did it come out in? 2006, 2007,
2006.
Wow,
60.
That is
gigabytes.
a lot of money.
I know that sounds so silly now because we're like.
I couldn't even play Warzone. I would need double that to play Warzone.
You would need to hook up 2 PlayStation 3s together and more. No, you need 3. You need 3 PlayStation 3s to play Warzone.
If I was smart and like technically savvy, I would love to do that for a video. Can I run Warzone using 3 PS3s?
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, impressive.
It's funny how people talk about the new console price and they're like they're so expensive, but I feel like people forgot about the launch prices for some of these old consoles. Like some of them were stupid because the technology was just that far off, right?
Yeah.
Like nowadays I feel it's easier because I mean PC parts are getting cheaper. The NVIDIA 3000 series GPUs, the RTX GPUs or CPUs, sorry. Came out, or no, GPUs, that's right. Came out and they were cheaper than their 2000 series. So I feel like a lot of the newer technology is becoming more in reach. So it's more affordable for a lot of companies and they can make their prices a little less expensive, even though compared to the previous generation of everything, like whether it's computer parts or whether it's consoles, it's always better than those ones. But seems to keep the price around the same, which is very interesting to me.
Yeah, I just don't want to put a computer together. I don't want to put a bunch of money towards something I don't think I'm going to use very much.
Oh, if it wasn't for the editing that I do, my custom computer would be pretty much fucking pointless. Like I play the games that I play on PC, with the exception of Civ, because Civ, if you play on like the everything on mode, like the animations for fighting and everything, it can hit your CPU pretty hard.
Yes.
But besides that, like all the game, I guess Rainbow Six too. But all the games I play are like Stardew Valley or Star Wars: The Old Republic, or games that really require no true power to play.
Like
right?
What are you talking about? You
laptop?
need a high-end gaming PC to run games from either 20 years ago or like modern 2D pixel games like Stardew Valley.
It was funny because I always remember when I had my old Lenovo, like my big blocky Lenovo back in high school that I had, and it could barely run Minecraft, and it was like such a struggle to get anything going with it because it was. I mean, in all fairness, my parents bought that computer for school purposes, so it wasn't exactly the specs for gaming.
Running Minecraft.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a comedy channel where it's me putting together a $3,000 gaming computer, and I'm only going to play Solitaire. That's it. Solitaire and Minesweeper.
Oh man.
That Minesweeper game is going to be crisp.
I've been looking to upgrade my PC.
What?
That I've been.
Isn't it already a god tier PC?
Well, I was gonna upgrade my GPU because my GPU is it's still good. Like it's a 1080, but I'd like to get it up for certain things that I'm doing. Like the issue, especially when we're doing any kind of rendering while editing, it's really annoying having, when you get a lot of effects going, you get a lot of stuff in the video itself. It starts to, like when you press play, it takes a bit of time to collect itself and start going, and then whereas like when I first got this PC, and this just shows you how often Adobe updates their software. Because when I first got this PC, which wasn't not a super long time ago, it was able to render it as you would do edits and effects. Whereas now it's like as soon as you edit and effects, the red bar above goes across, then you render it, it's green, and then you do one little change, it goes back to red, and then you got to re-render it.
Oh yeah, no, you're talking to the guy who can't open After Effects.
Yeah, so I'm looking to upgrade. I'm gonna upgrade my GPU and my CPU when I have a chance. Like they're still expensive, so it's gonna be a bit before I decide to do that.
What did you say you had for a GPU?
GPU of a 1080 GTX.
I got a 1060.
Yeah, so it's still a good series. Like the 1000 series is still good enough for games right now, but it's just not good enough
It's on the lower end now.
Yeah. So I'm seeing what their price difference is, because right now getting a 2000 series GPU is like $1,700. Like a high end 2000 series like $1,700. So I'm hoping, they said their 3000 series is in fact cheaper to make, thus it's cheaper to buy. So I'm really hoping either they really push down the 2000 series, or the 3000 series is down enough that I can actually afford to buy it. But it's still going to be some time. But yeah, if I wasn't editing videos, I'd really have no use for anything high end.
HMG Hydro, thanks for following.
Yeah, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, I totally agree, Jarrod. And going back to just like buying PlayStation versus Xbox, at this point my whole library's on Xbox, so like I feel like I've kind of like, that's it for me.
Especially when they're making it so backwards compatible, because then if there is games you want to play, you got to go either play it on your Xbox One or go buy it again on PS5.
Yeah.
And look at all that gamer score you're gonna lose, Peter.
Yeah, I can't go back.
You
to
will no
zero.
longer. You. I would be on top because I have previous trophies.
Oh yeah.
I have so much PlayStation 3 trophies. Wolfam. My gamer tag Wolfam would make its comeback into reality. Oh man.
Well, I guess that settles it. Can't I have to buy the Xbox, the new Xbox. I'll just mooch off Graydon.
I don't know. I feel like
every console.
I feel like from what I've like, based on the past consoles generations, this year technically should be Microsoft's. That doesn't mean it will be, because Sony's been on a hot streak
based on past trends, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so it's like, because it was PlayStation 2 beat out Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox 360 just devastated PS3. PS3 was not even in the running for that race. And then PS4 beat out Xbox One. And technically, it's Xbox's turn to take the lead, but again, that doesn't necessarily, that could just be purely just how it was working in the past. But now that there's so much new technology, who knows? And PlayStation already had the better individual games, right? Like what is the word I'm looking for? Someone save me. Exclusives. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh, I had a train of thought, but it all disappeared giving you that word. I hope it was worth it, Jarrod.
It was worth it, yeah. You let me sleep at night knowing that I know the word I was trying to say.
You can only hang on to one thread of thought at a time, huh, Peter?
You know, it feels bad, Jack. You say that, but the truth is there.
Sit there. Oh, hey, the Lake Time shirt is making its comeback on today's podcast.
Yes.
I think I've seen it in a while.
Yeah, I'm on Lake Time.
I felt like Jarrod yesterday. I was wearing shorts.
Oh, so was I.
Oh, of course you were. It's above zero.
It's below zero. I wear shorts. I wear shorts. I'd say easily at least 70% of the year. 75% of the year I wear shorts. Whether it's snowing, -20, -10, does not matter. I wear shorts. I don't care. I wear pants when I feel like wearing pants. It has nothing to do with the temperature. It has nothing to do with needing to wear them. I just wear them when I feel like wearing them.
What about like a formal event or something? Are you still gonna wear shorts?
Oh, I'll wear nice. No, I'll wear nice clothes.
What about nice shorts, like dress shorts?
See, I have black shorts, so don't tempt me. I have some nice black cargo shorts, and don't tempt me. I will I will wear those to our dress events. Anytime we host, when Live Connection gets big enough and we host the Live Connection show, I will wear my dress black shorts.
Yeah, Jarrod, what Jarrod does is he gets nice pairs of slacks tailored, and then he cuts them off at the knees. And then if he has to go to a formal event, he puts on his secret T-shirt, which is like one of those T-shirts with the tuxedo print on the front.
Yeah. Dang.
I have nice stuff when because I still do some in the summer. Well, not this summer, but when there is weddings in the summer, I'll do like contract bartending and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I have some nice clothes for that I wear, because I can't exactly go wearing cargo shorts and a shirt to someone's wedding unless they tell me to wear cargo shorts and a shirt to their wedding.
I don't know if that's the kind of wedding you want to go to.
I don't think that's a kind of wedding I want to go to either. I feel like that'd be like going to a high school party and trying to bartend their party.
Mm-hmm. I mean, nothing wrong with the casual wedding, but yeah, want to get at least slightly dressed up when you're going to a formal event.
Yeah, I agree.
Or so social norms say.
Yeah. What do I know?
Yeah.
So Graydon and I did something kind of fun on Friday night.
Yeah, let's hear it.
We made his character for the upcoming Call of Cthulhu campaign.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Which was very, very fun to kind of walk someone through that process, because I'd done it myself just to see if I could do it without, like losing the thread, like if I understand how it works. But yeah, it was super easy. It's a little bit time consuming, maybe a little bit longer than doing like a D&D character, but if you guys want to do that, then let's make it happen, because I wouldn't mind maybe getting that off the ground in the next week or so, and maybe do a Saturday, like this coming Saturday, do a session that night or something. But yeah, it's very fun. It's a very cool system, so I'm excited to give it a try. And now that a lot of the restrictions are being let down, hopefully in the next couple of weeks we can get back to D&D as well.
Heck yeah.
Because I want to play role-playing games really badly.
Like for the most part, for like small gatherings, as long as you can trust people are being safe, usually they're okay anyways.
Definitely. I feel the same way.
And I don't think Peter's running up and down the alleyways, licking the floor and things like that.
I don't know. I have been known to. I don't know.
Not in real life.
Not IRL, but everywhere else.
If COVID-19 existed in Dungeons and Dragons, Peter's character would die.
I'd be dead first. That's me.
Yeah.
I thought I'd bring a nice old meme back into the.
You want to make a Constitution saving throw against COVID-19, Paladin?
You need a nat 20 or nothing.
Yeah, you either have it or you don't have it. There's no in between. Oh man. Yeah, no, it'd be cool. Would that Call of Cthulhu one be more realistic for us to do, like in the future, do like a streaming campaign of that one, or is the D&D one more realistic?
Graydon and I have actually talked about that. The thing about Call of Cthulhu is that it's theater of the mind, basically, so you can play with minis if you want to. I mean, you don't need to do minis for Dungeons and Dragons either. I just like having that visual reference, but Call of Cthulhu doesn't have like the movement-based system that D&D does. So you're not really supposed to play with, big setup where, you see the battle map and everything like that. So they both work for like streaming stuff, but I think Call of Cthulhu would probably be easier. So yeah, it's definitely something Graydon and I have talked about in the past.
Yeah, because I know we've discussed even amongst Live Connection doing like a Live Connection D&D campaign, but we were just gonna wait until we had a better setup in order to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Which, based on the setup that I think we were thinking about, it's gonna be quite a while before we do that kind of setup.
I don't even know how long ago Graydon promised us a table.
Yeah.
He promised us a table, but then we were talking about camera angles and all the shit we need. We need like a camera overhead. We need a camera coming from a couple different directions so you can see people's faces.
All we have are these like USB cameras right now.
Well, and I think everybody who like watches role-playing games online, the benchmark that everyone compares stuff to is Critical Role, and Critical Role is way up here.
S tier.
And there's literally like hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of actual play podcasts and stuff like that are nowhere near the level of production of Critical Role. So it's like, why is everyone comparing themselves to this? You know,
Well, I think
if we
we
can
have
fit
a,
it somewhere down here.
I was gonna say we have a bad habit of when we decide to plan stuff, we expect ourselves to be at like S tier standard right out of the gate, and then I feel like our expectations of ourselves is just a little bit out there.
Mm-hmm.
We aim for there. We'll get our feet swept from under us, and then we're down there.
Mm-hmm.
We get our feet swept out from under us, and we see how expensive it is to be up there.
Yeah.
And when you're no income yet, it's like
hello, baby.
It's really tough to kind of make it work.
Will you take my firstborn child?
But yeah, and that's even something we could just do over like Discord or something and record that. That's what a lot of people do. So I don't see why that wouldn't work out.
My sister's new boyfriend does that with his friends.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good guy.
Yeah. He is a good guy so far. I've only met him a few times, but
yep. Sure. All right. Yeah. Anybody else got any pressing matters they want to discuss?
I was very disappointed when I saw Matt wasn't coming to the podcast, because I was going to convince Bobby to stay over for the podcast to see if he'd notice her in the background again, just to see Matt's like zoom into the screen like, is that a girl?
Is that the woman?
There were some good moments.
A female.
Well, I like, because I looked at Jack and I saw Jack like squinting, and I was like, what's he looking at? And then I was like, well, I'm looking at all the other screens, and there's nothing really on those screens. Maybe Peter's, because he changes the background sometimes on that TV. But there's the only person that had something different in was me, because she was on the couch. And then then Jack made the comment, and I was like, yep, that was what he was looking at.
Well, we went the entire podcast up to that point, so like the first hour or so, and I didn't realize it was just this gelatinous green shape that I assume was a blanket in the background, and I see it moving. I'm like, what is that? Like, oh.
There's a ghost in my house.
Yeah. I think I made the joke, Peter. I thought it was like the green sheeted ghost or something like that.
Oh, did you? I don't even remember it.
Yeah. That was that is a joke that 4 people will get. But it's all good. But yeah, it's all good. I think Matt and Evan were doing that like camp out in Evan's backyard last night, so they're probably not even awake yet. They're probably feeling a little bit rough this morning.
We'll let them
I really find it funny how Matt's fear has gone down over the period of time after COVID's launch, because the initial COVID launch, he was like, I'm gonna go into town, I'm gonna buy 2 months worth of food, and then I'm gonna stay out at my house and not come into the city. And then it slowly deteriorated, started seeing more people, slowly deteriorated. So
yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
This camping trip was pitched as a social distancing camping. So
yeah, but they live inside the city in Glen Morgan area. You can only social distance so far in a backyard that's like literally the size of Peter's room if you didn't have your bedroom wall there.
I think they ended up going to Evan's parents' house, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So they did have some space.
Yeah.
But we all know, like, we've probably seen, family members and probably hung out with a few friends since this whole thing is kicked off. Even if you're trying to be as socially conscious as you want, like, you're still, like, bumping into people and passing by, not at the requisite 2 meters distance. So, like, even if they have the entire backyard, like, that kind of goes out the window when you're starting to get drunk to your friends.
Yeah. Well, even when we went down to Edworthy yesterday with my one friend, trying to get him out of the house a little bit. He's been struggling. His whole family got it down in Ecuador, and it was really rough. So he's been struggling with it. They're all good. They live, which is good. But they're all like, his whole family's doctors and nurses, and they all just got slammed by it. And so we got him out of the house because he just, it's not a good thing just to be alone when you're going through something like that, especially when he can't. He's so far away from them, like he's not even within the same like area. Period.
Yeah, so they've been in Ecuador since it's started.
Yeah. So they've been
rough.
struggling there, and they got hit a lot harder than we did. Like from the stories he was telling me, it's crazy down there. Like it's not even like it's stupid.
Wow.
But he so we got him on. We went to Edworthy Park, and it was just it was interesting watching people in Edworthy Park because like you could see that different groups were keeping their distance, but within those groups, people weren't really keeping their distance. They had the police out a few times in the boats because there was a lot of people rafting down the river, and it was we talked about doing some rafting, but we were gonna do like 2 people to a boat kind of thing so that we wouldn't break that little bit of a rule because I don't feel like getting $1,000 ticket for being too close to someone. I don't need a ticket like that right now. So, but it's interesting. I think they're more so going around doing warnings because people are generally doing pretty good with it. Like you go to the stores, everyone's following the rules there.
Everyone.
Yeah, okay, with the exception of the arrows. There's a lot of people that are just like, fuck these arrows. I like trying to follow them as best I can. Not because I'm super worried about it, but because I feel like, you know, I got to take in consideration there's other people that are needing this to happen, especially older people. Like, I don't want to be the reason someone fucking gets sick. But then you have these other people that will literally just look at the arrow and just be like, fuck this, and just like go down the aisles in the opposite directions.
I also don't want to get yelled at by a Karen, by a middle-aged lady who's taking like who like won't wear a mask and is super worried about it and has her like terrible children running around the store. But if I don't follow the arrows one time, then COVID-19 is my fault, and I'm society's problem.
Yeah. But, I'm the same way. I just it's such a little thing that I can do to make some people comfortable that are super worried. So I don't know. It's been an interesting transition. Though things like with the stores opening and stuff, it kind of like when you go into certain shopping centers now, because I had to go to Costco yesterday to get some groceries. And I went to the Sarcee one there, and you know that one's like stupid busy all the time. In that shopping center, all the open signs are on. People are going in and out of stores a little more. So it's interesting to see that kind of somewhat return to normalcy after being so restricted everywhere. Yeah,
I actually went to a bar on Wednesday and had a beer with a friend. And I mean, it was pretty empty and protocols were definitely in place, but it still felt kind of nice to, you know, be able to do that.
Yeah, no, we were talking about it yesterday, going for a patio beer or something here and there.
Yeah, that'd be good. Well, I mean, we don't even need to go out. We could just like go to someone's backyard. Like you guys could come sit out on the patio back here. That would be. Awesome.
I was actually thinking about doing something like that because I mean, all of us, like even Peter's backyard, we could easily have a social distance beer and just chill. But like I was gonna offer my place as well, especially when it's nice. I mean, next weekend's supposed to be absolute poo. It's supposed to be for like 4 or 5 days straight of like 20 millimeters of rain per day.
Really?
So that's gonna. So I mean, now reckon it is Calgary, and because of the mountains, it changes on like a bi-daily basis. But still, if it works out, I might host something. It'd be fun to
That'd be awesome.
See some people.
Yeah.
See you guys. I mean, we see each other all the time over this and the Xbox, but we haven't really seen each other in person for months.
I've been passing outside Peter's house a lot lately because there's been a lot of deliveries in that area, and every time I pass by Peter's place, I'm like, oh man, I can go say hi to Peter, or like, I guess I could, maybe next time.
The other day.
Did he?
A couple weeks ago when he came to pick up the LC hats.
Oh yeah.
The mad person that is Evan. He ran all the way here, and we chatted for a bit. So it was nice seeing him.
Nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get together, hang out. Miss our hangouts.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be really good. We should do that. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're really good at that. Saying something and like, let's make it happen. 1 month goes by.
Every time I get the For the Boys notification at the end of the month on my phone, I'm like, that's not happening.
In all fairness, like it wasn't happening to begin with, but this made it super not happen.
Yeah, it's cemented.
Like now, Yeah, like there's just zero. Nope. I you know what I miss? I miss movies, theaters, and going to see movies and shit like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I understand that.
Like I didn't go to a lot of them, but it was nice, occasionally going to see a nice movie in theater and get some
Yeah.
shitty for you movie popcorn.
I would agree. Well, it's good
But
times.
I mean, it is coming to that time, Peter.
It is coming to that.
It is coming to that time.
What time, Jarrod?
It is time to start the next podcast. No, okay.
Time to say goodbye.
Yeah, it is coming up on the end of this podcast. I've been looking at the views.
Huh?
We've had some good views this podcast.
Good. Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
I love them views. Thanks for hanging out, chat.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Always good to hear from all of our fine fans, the Live Connection people, who we love and miss so dearly.
Yeah, we're hoping soon to get some more streams where we can actually see all of us, not just one or two of us at a time.
I said that like we don't get to see the fans, but it's no different than normal. Like on their end, it's like they've never met us in person. So I'm like, they must miss us and we must miss them. It's like, no, the situation is exactly the same, like for the fan to Live Connection relationship. I misspoke.
Graydon says he sacrifices so much to watch us.
He sacrifices nothing. He doesn't watch us. He watches this because he can't be here right now.
Graydon is our biggest fan.
I got to subtract one of the viewers from the view count that I see up there because Graydon's one of them.
He's not a real person.
He's not a real person. He's a Live Connection member. It doesn't count. Take him out of the analytics.
Brad?
Dang.
Has he
Yeah, Graydon, have you subscribed? I've subscribed to Twitch.
Anyway,
Revenge
Jarrod.
Minecraft right now. Yeah.
No, we don't want coffee. We don't. Why? I don't like Minecraft remixes. I don't understand them. That's all I have to say.
No, I agree.
I'm more of a Roblox person.
That upset me even more, Jarrod. Good job. You did it.
Oh, man.
All right. If you want to see more Live Connection, we're live 5 days a week. We're a variety channel. Me and Eric will be next on tomorrow playing more Wolfenstein Youngblood. That travesty of a game.
That is, I was gonna say that's like the worst of the series right there.
It was
Is it
good.
bad?
It's bad.
It's
Like,
just in comparison to the other games, it's bad, and then it's just got its own flaws on how it's built, and it's weird. It's weirdly designed.
Huh. Interesting. I didn't know that.
When will our next Minecraft stream will be Thursday?
and there'll be Dead Space 3 with Graydon and I on Tuesday. And then Friday, who knows? Can be anything.
Yeah.
If you want to see us play
Mystery box.
yeah, maybe suggest something in Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be
Love to hear from
Minecraft. Thursday's our Minecraft day.
Yeah. Are we doing Lifeboat this week?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't type today. I'm trying to be witty in the chat, but it's not working. Anyway,
That's okay.
thanks for hanging out, guys. Have a good rest of your day.
See you
Bye.
later.